Hello, everyone. I hope you're good and I hope you had a great month of June. We just concluded the month of June. So give thanks to the Lord for a great month and a more blissful month of July. So without further ado, let's head into the video and see what news events we had for the last week of June and what news events we'll be expecting for the first week of July. So this is Monday. We have a lot of news on Monday, Euro, Pound, and USD. And Tuesday we have news on Pound. Governor Bailey was speaking. And Wednesday we had news on USD. And Thursday we had news on USD and Pound. Then on Friday we had news on USD as well. So these are the news for the last week of the month of June. And we're about to commence the new month of July. So Monday there's no news. Tuesday there's news on both USD and Pound. And Wednesday we have news. And Thursday we have non-farm payroll. Then Friday we have bank holiday. Well, generally we see the first Friday of each month as NFP day, right? But there's an exception on the first Friday of July. We have bank holiday. Then the non-farm payroll is Thursday for this new week of July. So just know this first week of July will be somewhat strange in terms of price delivery because it's not a regular NFP week. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. So, let's head on into the charts and see what gold, dollar, and Euro USD, Pound USD, and Bitcoin. So, here we are. This is the dollar chart for dollar. This is a daily time frame for the dollar. Here, let me make this big. So, here we go. So this is the month of June, and this is what dollar did in the month of June. As you can see, June kicks off right from this candle, Monday, then the first week of June, the second week of June, third week of June, and the fourth week of June. We took out April lows as well as May lows as well. As you can see, this is June for the dollar, and the first week of June was consolidative. We had an expansion for the second week of June, taking out April lows. We had a retracement on the third week of June. Then on the fourth week of June, we take out these highs, all these highs stacked up here, and this fair value gap as well. Price found what resistance on Monday. Tuesday we expanded lower. Wednesday we expanded lower. Thursday we expanded lower, and Friday closed the week. So, what am I expecting for the dollar for the new week? Well, I think my Wi-Fi bugging, bro. Excuse me. I think my Wi-Fi is bugging, bro. What the fuck? Okay. I see. So while I set up my my connection, so as you can see, this is dollar, and from January we've been we've been dumping on the dollar from the first month of the year, February, March, April, May, and June. Gonna reconnect this. So for the new week, for NFP week, what I'll be expecting will be lower prices still on the dollar. I think there are lows right here. Since this low has been taken out, maybe this low will be next. Then these lows. So that will take a long time for the dollar to get to, months, if you may. So for the new week, there are lots of fair value gaps being created as dollar dropped in the previous week of trading. As you can see, fair value gaps, fair value gaps. So for the new week, if we are to rally up and violate this fair value gap and go higher and use this one as resistance to go lower again, then we'll see if we are going for a retracement, deep retracement into the range. So I want to see this fair value gap being violated as well. Something like this. Then we'll take out these highs as well. So if the dollar would use this fair value gap as support to go higher for the new week, for NFP week, we'll see, or NFP week might as well consolidate, like how we see the first week of June right here. See how tight the ranges are, small candles. Then we have the second week distributing lower. So that's about that for the dollar. Let's head down to the hourly time frame and see what the dollar did in each of the days expansion. So this is the daily fair value gap that was annotated from the daily time frame. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, and this is Thursday, and this is Friday. Look at what dollar did on Monday. Right from the first day of trading, we have Monday running up, taking out those highs on the daily time frame, setting what the high of the week. Then we see expansion lower. Tuesday could not continue. Monday's expansion lower. Why? We're already close to April lows, so Tuesday takes out what April lows. Then we try to go up on Wednesday. Wednesday found what resistance at that daily fair value gap, taking out these highs. Then we see an expansion lower, taking out what previous week's low. Then we see Thursday consolidates after putting in the low of the week. Then we see Friday consolidates as well. So that's about that for the dollar. Let's head down to pound and see what pound did for the week. So this is pound USD for the daily time frame for pound USD. As you can see, this is the month of June. You can see this is a inverse mirror of what the dollar was doing. The dollar was trending lower on the last week of the month, and we see pound trending higher on the last week of the month. If the dollar is going higher, you want to see the pound going lower. And if the dollar is going lower, you want to see the pound coupled with the dollar go higher. So for the new week, fair value gaps. I want to see price either use as support to go higher, or will break those fair value gaps to go lower. Previous week highs was taken out by what? Tuesday. This is Monday. Monday puts in the low of the week. Then this fair value gap right here, you see how price violates that fair value gap, right? Tuesday continues the move. Wednesday takes out previous week high completely. Then Thursday take out this daily high I was watching, which was right, yeah, these highs. As you can see, there are lots of highs as well. So there's still room for the pound to go higher if the dollar continues trending lower. So for the new week, fair value gaps. I want to see how price will react from those fair value gaps, either to go higher or go lower. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame and see what pound did for its last week of trading. So right out the gates with dollar putting the high of the week, and you see what pound putting the low of the week on Monday, expands, Tuesday expands, Wednesday continuation into the daily high. That was a draw on liquidity for the week. Then Thursday puts in the high of the week. Then Friday consolidates, cap the week. So previous week low was taken by Monday. Monday puts in the low of the week inside this weekly fair value gap. Then we see expansion into the previous week high. So price moved from what? From one liquidity point to another. Previous week low was taken on Monday. And in a bull market, in a bullish market, when lows are taken, we want to see a rally away from those lows and into an opposite liquidity. What's the opposite liquidity for, from this low? This high, yeah. So we take out previous week's high, then continue the expansion as well. So this week was rather clean compared to previous weeks of June. You can see this is the second week of June. This is the third week of June. This is the first week of June. So what week would you rather position yourself for a good entry or for a trade entry from this 4 weeks? It will be this one, right? That had the most expansion for the month. So that's about that on the pound. Let's head down to euro. I want this video to be short and concise. Yeah. So this is the euro. Euro, the same thing. We had a rally higher on the euro since the dollar was what was bearish, going lower. I want to see euro expand higher as well. So April highs was taken. Then we had a retracement lower, and we see Monday try to go lower and take out the previous week low, which euro was not doing. Let me head back to pound so you see. Look at what pound did with Monday. This is the Monday candle on pound, taking out previous week low, which is this low right here. Then we'll see euro refusing to go lower than this low. Then we see the rally up. So for the new week, fair value gaps. So which fair value gap price you want to use to go higher? I do not know. So for the new week, I want to see what price will do. If this fair value gap would support, or this one down here, we'll see. So let's head down to the hourly time frame and see what the euro did in terms of expansion on each of the days. As you can see, Monday taking out Friday's low, refusing to take out what? The previous week low. Stop dead on the tracks here, then we see an expansion. Previous week highs was the target on euro as well. Then we see price we run out the previous week high on Tuesday. Then we'll have a continuation on Wednesday, taking out this old high in the daily time frame. Then we'll consolidate on Thursday and Friday. You see how Friday puts in the high of the week for the euro, but pound, we see Thursday puts in the high of the week. So that's about that on the euro. Each days after Monday was expanding higher. So this is a classic bullish week for the euro. So that's about that on the euro. Let's head down to gold. Gold was rather weak with the ceasefire and the Middle East war and shit like that. So we see gold trading what lower after taking out May highs. We see gold start trading lower. From the third week of the month, we see gold trading lower into the fourth week of the month, taking out these lows and as well this low. So there's a fair value gap gold has traded into. So if this fair value gap will hold, so I would see that I'll observe that in the new week. But if this fair value gap won't hold and trade lower and take out this low before we use the fair value gap as support to go higher. We'll see. So this fair value gap will be my focus on the new week. So this is Monday. Monday puts in the high of the week. Tuesday expands lower. Usually after the high of the week is being put in or the low of the week, the next day you would want to see an expansion lower or higher prior to or high or what low of the week. been putting. So Monday puts in the high of the week, taking out Friday's high and previous week's from Thursday's highs. Then Tuesday trades lower. Wednesday, you can see how Tuesday is larger than this. Then we have Wednesday. Wednesday was an inside day. Then we have Thursday. Favorable grabbing created with Wednesday's high and Monday's low. Thursday trades up into the fair value gap. But look at the bodies of the candle, all staying below. Mean what? Bearish. Then we have Friday expanding lower. So that was what gold did for the fourth week of the month. So let's head down to the hourly time frame and see. So this is Monday. Monday trading into the daily order block. This line. Monday puts in the high of the week. Tuesday expands lower. Fan support inside this 4 hour fair value gap. Then we start the retracement. Wednesday did nothing. Then Thursday hits the daily fair value gap. Then we start trading lower once more. Taking out Tuesday's low, Wednesday's low, and Friday capping the weekly range inside this daily fair value gap. Although the dollar was weak, but as you can see, the gold was weak as well. So with the idea of pound higher and with the idea of dollar higher, pound lower, or dollar lower, the euro will go higher. That's not the case with gold. Sometimes you see gold moving, even though the dollar is being bullish or being bearish, gold will keep on moving. So that's the con on gold, pros and cons, if you may. So for the new week, I want to see what this fair value gap will do. If we're going to go lower, take out the low, and we'll continue with the fair value gap going higher. We'll see. So that's about that on gold. Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Let's head down to the daily time frame and see what Bitcoin did. Now, for the month of June, you can see how Bitcoin was bullish in the first half. In the second half and third and fourth, we see Bitcoin trying to go lower, taking out these lows, putting in the first week of the month. Then we see a retracement going higher on Tuesday and Wednesday into this old daily fair value gap. Then we see Thursday and Friday consolidate inside the fair value gap. Now on Bitcoin, I'm expecting higher prices if the dollar would maintain its bearish flow. Then this fair value gap right here, I want to see what price would do with this fair value gap. I'm going to come down with Monday or Tuesday, then we'll go higher. These highs and maybe all-time highs as well. So that'll be that for Bitcoin, and let's head down to the hourly time frame and see what Bitcoin did. So I was expecting when Bitcoin ran out previous week high, and I was expecting when Bitcoin ran out previous week low, I was expecting previous week high to be the target on liquidity. But as you can see, Bitcoin was stopped dead on its tracks on hitting this daily fair value gap on Thursday and Wednesday as well. So we had a consolidation and we just ended the week right there. This is Monday, putting the low of the week, expands. Tuesday continuation, Wednesday continuation into that daily fair value gap. Then Thursday consolidates and Friday is the week. So that's about that on Bitcoin for the new week. I'll be expecting that daily fair value gap to either support price or not support price. So June wasn't really easy. It wasn't really easy now. It wasn't really easy at all. The first week to the third week wasn't really easy to read price. But with the fourth week, price expands and loosen up. So that was about that for today's recap on what price did on June and the last week of the month. So like, share, and tell me what you want me to talk about as well. So, have a great weekend and happy new month in advance. Thank you for your time. If you're able to stay to the end of the video, peace.